Liu Xiaolong and Chu Zihan of China up against this new Indonesian pairing of Mohammad Ahsan and Hendra Setiawan. Both the Indonesian players had previous very, very successful partnerships on the World Tour. Of course, Mohammad Ahsan played with Bono Septano, and Hendra Setiawan played for many years with Marcus Kido. Won world and Olympic titles in that partnership, but never the All England. So the Indonesians, Mohammad Ahsan on the right as we look at them, Hendra Setiawan on the left. Number 8 seeds, but you can see their world ranking, 39. In fact, they're down 2 places. But I can tell you, they've only had 5 tournaments towards that world ranking. You really need an optimum of 10 tournaments to get a realistic world ranking. And yeah, you can see their career win-loss record indicates that they are a very new partnership. In fact, they formed their partnership at the Denmark Open last year and promptly reached the semi-final. So they had problems in the first round against Chai Biao and Zhang Nan. China dropped the opening game there, but haven't played against another seeded pair at all so far in the tournament. And of course, with their opponents today not being seeded, that trend continues. So to the Chinese pair, left-handed Liu Xiaolong and Chu Zihan. Left-hander is 24 years of age, his partner 22. And as you can see, 12 in the world rankings, up 3 places from last week, up to a career high 12. And rightly so, of course, they reached the final last week in the German Grand Prix. And they were also quarter-finalists in the Korean Super Series event. So they had a right old battle in their first 2 matches. First of all, against the Russian pair of Vladimir Ivanov and Ivan Sozonov. Dropped the second game there, and then in the second round against the number 1 seeds and former champions Matthias Bo and Carsten Mogensen. They had been 15-18 down in the third and 18-20 down. Had to save 4 match points before winning through that one. So Liu Xiaolong and Chu Zihan of China. That very, very tough second round match against the number 1 seed, saving 4 match points. Very, very much easier in the quarter-final yesterday against the former semi-finalists, Mohamed Zachary Abdul Latif and Mohamed Faraz Zuan Mohamed Tazari. There are umpire Bert van Horenbeck from Belgium and Malcolm Banham from England, the service judge. Well, the Indonesian pair, very exciting new pair on the world stage. Of course, both very experienced as individual players. So the new Indonesian pairing of Mohammad Ahsan and Hendra Setiawan. Of course, Setiawan was world and Olympic champion with Marcus Kido and world number 1s. And Mohammad Ahsan had a highly successful partnership with Bono Septano, bronze medalists at the last World Championships. But after the Olympic Games, this new partnership was formed. And only 5 tournaments towards their world ranking of 39. Anthony just explained to me, to all of us, with a world ranking of 39, how they're the number 8 seeds.
Okay, well, like you said before, Jill, about having to have 10 tournaments, there is a system whereby they can take your average from, depending on how many tournaments you have played. And with 5 tournaments, they can take your average from that 5 tournaments, see where you would be on the world rankings, and that's where they would put you in terms of a seeding position.
Looks a little bit nervous at the moment, does Mohammad Ahsan. Well, the last Super Series event before this All England Championship was, of course, the Malaysian Super Series in Kuala Lumpur. And this Indonesian pair won the title there when they were unseeded, beating Go Sung-hyung and Lee Yong-dae in the final. And all 5 matches, not one of them to win the title was more than 30 minutes in duration. They were outstanding in their performance. So we know from that, Anthony, that they've certainly got potential as a pair.
Well, I know the Malaysian Open tournament very, very well, and it is a very, very slow haul. And from what I was told at that tournament, that nobody could even get the shuttle through this Indonesian pair. Therefore, their defence is incredibly good. They complement each other so well. Setiawan, such an experienced player, controlling the speed and the tempo of a match, and the speed and explosive power of Ahsan, so good together.
Yes, certainly when this man, Hendra Setiawan, was winning world and Olympic titles with Marcus Kido, very much the front court player. And I thought that his reading of the game and his control from the front was second to none. And I include Kai Yun from China in that. Exceptional player.
He's just one of those players at the net. He always seems to be in the right place at the right time. Just reads the game better than anybody, especially when the shuttles are coming at him as quickly as they can be off a defensive shot.
Yes, and I think that's absolutely the point, because he never seems to be moving that quickly, but he's always in the right places at the right time, as you say.
Oh.
Good flick serve. 24-year-old from Fujian province. His partner's just 22. Oh, that's quick.
Setiawan does tend to play a lot of net shot replies. You know, he does take a lot of net chords, but at the same time, you know it's coming. Xiaolong pouncing.
Oh, goodness me. To the mid-game interval in double quick time. 7-point advantage for the unseeded combination. 4 minutes, 45 seconds to be precise. Zhang Zheng, Chinese coach there. 2-time Olympic champion in the mixed doubles with Gao Ling. And 3 All England titles as well, for good measure.
That's when they're at the best. Ahsan at the back. Great angle from Setiawan. That shot was even behind him and he managed to create the angle.
Well, we've talked a little bit about the qualities of the Indonesian players. What about the Chinese players, Anthony?
Well, this week they've been absolutely exceptional coming forwards, and they're doing it already in this match. Another example of that. Xiaolong, especially the left-hander, every opportunity he gets, he's flying forwards, looking for that forehand. That's a characteristics of a left-handed player. But I'm surprised that the Indonesians haven't gone over the top and test out the attacking play of the Chinese.
Oh, it's called good. Indonesians didn't like the call.
I think the longer this match continues and the Indonesians keep trying to take the Chinese on in the mid-court, Chinese are going to absolutely love that. They're definitely the stronger pair in the hard drives. Exactly like that. You know, Setiawan, he needs to either take the net control or go over the top.
Yeah, I'd like to see the Indonesians using more variation on pace. Take the pace out of the shuttle a bit more. Yeah, that's the sort of shot I want to see. It's not the hard, flat drive. It's just a guided shot down towards the tram line. No pace on it, really. Yeah. Liu Xiaolong really is very, very sharp coming forward.
Very nice return from Setiawan. Changes from his usual straight net shot to brushing across the shuttle into the tram line.
Oh, Mohammad Ahsan is having a torrid time at the moment. Yeah, he is nervous. Look, that little jumping up and down on the spot, just trying to settle himself, settle the nerves. Ten game point opportunities. Yeah, needs to play himself into the match. This opening game may be beyond the Indonesians, and they need to try and get a bit of confidence before the start of the second. Well, just over 11 minutes in the opening game, as the umpire confirmed to Liu Xiaolong and Chu Zihan of China, 21-12. Well, to take nothing away from Liu Xiaolong and Chu Zihan, but I have to say I was a bit disappointed with that opening game. I thought the Indonesians looked desperately nervous, never really settled into it, and this was one of the matches that I'd been so looking forward to. But it was all one way in that opening game, Anthony.
It was a terrible start from the Indonesians, and they continued that the whole way through the game. It's almost like they're not at the races today. You know, they've played phenomenal matches so far through this tournament, but the speed and power of the mid-court play from the Chinese is just too much.
It's nicely done. Well, that's the sort of downward dink that I've sort of been wishing we saw more of from the Indonesians.
Indonesian coach in the break was very animated with the way he was sort of saying, try and avoid the fast hitting in the mid-court, block to the sides, and then when you get an opportunity to go over the top, because especially Xiaolong is always going to come flying forwards, just got to keep that soft touch and variation.
Oh, that's landed on the back line. Inside the back line. Yeah, well, I think I have some sympathy for them on that. They're saying, touch the body, touched him. Yeah, certainly did. Quite clearly. How on earth did the umpire miss that? Of course, we had controversy yesterday, didn't we, with a serve from Saina Nehwal when her opponent seemed to be clearly ready. And the umpire decided to play a let.
Ahsan been very erratic with his overheads. I mean, he does take an enormous swipe at the shuttle. The fact that he still has that tension in the arm, sailing the shuttles wide of the back line. And he's missed some to the sidelines in the opening game by a long, long margin.
Yeah, clever placement. Saw that Liu Xiaolong was waited committed to his forehand defence. In fact, tried to play round the head there. Extraordinary.
He has amazing flexibility, almost seems to be
Yeah.
able to get his knees inwardly onto the ground to play some of these shots. I don't know how his hips allow him to do so.
Yeah, clever placement of the smash once again, for which Hendra Setiawan apologises.
He's looking to play a lot of more cross shots now, Setiawan. He's varying the speed of those shots too. There we go, another cross one from there.
Oh, all right idea. But wrong execution, and wrong by some considerable margin.
Mistimed the jump completely. He went way too early. Couldn't stay in the air. Definitely better signs though from the Indonesians. Setiawan in particular being the creator with the soft touches.
Gets back well to that one though, doesn't he? Well, may have missed it, but once again, Setiawan reading where the shuttle was going to come.
Oh.
That's lovely, lovely return, great disguise.
Amazing skills. He literally held the racket straight at the shuttle and at the very last second almost reverse sliced it on the backhand. But it's his ability to be able to make it happen right at the last second that makes him so deceptive.
It's the sort of shot in his absolute prime when he was winning gold medals at World and Olympic Games that he simply wouldn't have missed.
I think that was rather lucky for Ahsan. He tried to hit that. He missed it and it still went long. Ooh.
So to the mid-game interval with a 6-point advantage, the Indonesians. Yeah, well, animated as ever, the Indonesian coach. There's only one word I understood there. That was bagus, good. It's nice, I have to say, Anthony, to see Hendra Setiawan back in the fold with their national federation PBSI, because of course he did become an independent player. He was an independent player for over 2 years, and he was invited back to join the national setup to form this partnership. He seems to be taking his badminton a little more seriously again.
Yeah, there was quite a lot of time, wasn't there, where him and Marcus Kido just travelled the world playing tournaments, didn't really even look to be enjoying what they were doing. Clearly they were with some good sponsors, so perhaps the money was there, but you know, money is no reason to play sport. Now he's back in there with the PBSI. You can see he's enjoying his badminton a lot more.
Now, when you're playing rallies like that, no wonder you're enjoying it a lot more.
Some very tight serving at the moment. You know, all the players almost push the limits of how high you can have that serve. And the higher you have it, obviously, the tighter you can serve. Oh.
Well, the umpire just telling Mohammad Ahsan that he mustn't do anything to the shuttle and that it had to be changed. I think he was just straightening out the feathers, wasn't he?
Yeah, it was a little bit harsh. They do become ruffled and you can straighten them out, no problem.
Well, very much looking as if we'll be treated to a third and deciding game. 8-point advantage to the Indonesians. Well, that's nice. A lot of attack in that rally going towards Mohammad Ahsan.
You always know what you're going to get with Ahsan with his defence. You know it's always going to be a hard drive or a lift. You know, you tend to not need to worry about pushing onto the net because it will never come to that area.
Yeah, well worked by the Indonesians. It is good combination play, this, isn't it, Anthony?
Channeled attack. You know, you don't usually want to aim straight at the backhand of a player. You normally want to cut across onto the right hip of a player, but hitting straight to the racket and knowing your opponent is going to drive straight back, the net person can really take advantage.
Very, very quick to take that off the top of the net. Zihan.
Once again, knew that Setiawan would play the straight net. He's got to vary his returns more, Setiawan.
Well, perhaps I spoke too soon. Closing the gap now. Chinese pair. Yeah, that's brilliant from Setiawan. It's gone wide. 2 points away from this second game. Make that 1 point away. The Indonesian fans here at the National Indoor Arena have reason to celebrate. It's gone well long. It is 1 game apiece, and we will indeed be treated to a third and deciding game. Just over 27 minutes. And the second game to the Indonesians, 21-13. 1 game all. What a turnaround in momentum in that second game. Everything in favour of the Indonesians. Well, hopefully we'll get both pairs playing well at the same time in this deciding game, and it should be an absolute cracker. Both seen their capabilities. Chinese totally dominant in the first. How much is the drift and the change of ends affecting the players in this men's doubles, do you think?
Well, we've definitely seen both pairs struggling from the end that the Indonesians are at now, which suggests to me that that's the harder end. All arenas around the world have a drift, basically a wind created by the air conditioning. I can make the shuttle often travel even up to 1 metre across a court or along a court. And I think in this particular hall, it's travelling along the hall, so the shuttles are moving faster from one direction to the other.
Oh, that's very good. Well, what a good start to this deciding game by the number 8 seeds, Mohammad Ahsan and Hendra Setiawan.
Difference in footwork from Ahsan since that opening game, and the nerves have gone now. He's into the match, and his feet are going so much quicker. And when you're playing these fast reaction points like they are, if your feet are static, there's no chance you can make the shots.
Wrong choice of shot. Xiaolong very, very dangerous when he's at the nets. And therefore, Ahsan trying to play that little net shot wasn't the wisest of moves. Oh, he just makes it look so easy, doesn't he? Yeah, coach like that.
It's amazing how he has this ability, even when his racket is right down, to just get it up very quick and play that little stop drop.
Wonderful.
That was impossible to read. Literally no backswing at all on the serve. And to create the power to flick a shuttle to the back without a backswing shows how much wrist power he has.
Low serve short of the mark. Yeah, didn't push through it enough. Just a little tap. You need to push through, guide it over the net. Don't think of hitting it on the serve, think of guiding the shuttle.
Wow.
Well, he'll be disappointed with that. Definite opportunity for Mohammad Ahsan.
He seems to strike the shuttle very high on his serve. I mean, he's not been called for one yet, but looks like he's almost serving downwards at his opponents. Very difficult to often tell where the bottom rib is.
Well, court attendants need to come on and sort that out. One of the deputy referees is stepping forward.
Ahsan just trying to overplay the net at the moment. You know, I think he could have perhaps lifted that one as high as possible. He's trying to play the net shots at all costs.
Dear, dear me. Well, all that his coach can do is smile at that one. So far wide of the centre line.
Well, I thought he'd put himself in enormous trouble, Ahsan. Trying to maintain the flat drives and hard again. And the Chinese were on him, but his reactions were incredible.
Did spot that he hit the shuttle this time. Oh, that is just incredible change of pace. Lovely, lovely awareness from Mohammad Ahsan.
That is the danger of taking the Chinese on in the flat game. Didn't need to get into that bash rally. Now Xiaolong is very quick at coming forward, but his partner doesn't come forward with the same explosiveness. There's a gap in front of him.
Oh, my goodness me. Well, it really is a delight to see Hendra Setiawan back to something like his absolute best. He's started to intercept that shot before his opponent had even played it.
He does it. It's like a guy that can read people's minds, you know, and he's always standing in the right place. We've seen a few times in this match, and I know I'm being overcritical, but doesn't move his feet on them. But when his feet are ready, he just never, ever misses those, no matter how hard you drive that shuttle at him.
Oh, this Chinese combination. We wouldn't have been at all surprised to see Chinese pair in the men's doubles semi-final, but I guess we probably would have expected Cai Yun and Fu Haifeng, who actually, as world and Olympic champions, had to withdraw before the start of play due to a back injury to Cai Yun. This Chinese pair is actually the third-ranked Chinese pair on the world ranking.
The difference in skill levels between the two pairs. I mean, he's trying to play that cross-court block, and he's just so used to just hitting everything hard.
Oh, right idea again. I suspect that Mohammad Ahsan is beginning to feel the nerves again. Of course, he's never been beyond the quarter-final of the All England. Setiawan, his partner, has never progressed past this stage, despite being world #1 with Marcus Kido. That'd be a first for both of them. I have to try and put the enormity of the situation out of their minds, and whilst it's an old cliche, you really do have to concentrate just 1 point at a time.
You can almost see the tension in Ahsan's arm. You know, he is starting to snatch at shuttles, which is so bizarre because he was playing so beautifully.
Well. Looked to be cruising, didn't they? And now, all of a sudden, 4 straight points to the Chinese pair, and there's only 2 points in it.
Oh.
Well, it just shows how good that net shot return of serve is from Hendra Setiawan, because his opponent was waiting for it and still couldn't deal with it.
Ahsan has definitely stopped moving his feet on this flat stuff. Yeah, totally static when he hit that last shuttle. That made the shuttle popped up at the net, and the pressure then was applied to Setiawan, who couldn't get that back.
Oh, it's just wide. Well, it's all going to be about who's got the character and nerve.
Brilliant return of serve from Setiawan, once again down the side. And then Ahsan knows that Liu's going to play back up the line. He's got his feet moving again. Makes all the difference.
Oh, it's landed in.
That's where the drift comes in, Joe. That shuttle was going a good 6 inches out the court, and it bent back in with the drift.
Oh, he's missed it. Yeah, really, really struggling to control his nerves, Mohammad Ahsan. And having been 6 points adrift at 7-13 down, 8 of the last 10 points have gone the Chinese way.
Xiaolong really has set out to stall that he is going to get to that net quicker than anybody else on the court.
In fact, they've gone into the lead. What a turnaround. What was it I was saying? If they're both playing well, we're in for a cracker. It's materialised.
The Indonesian pair really need to start going over the top, otherwise this match is over. Xiaolong is pushing up so high in the midcourt that they're almost alongside each other. There's so many gaps over the top if they just have the confidence.
Oh, confidence and nerve. Short. Yeah. .250.
It's amazing what nerves can do to a player. Ahsan is all over the place at the moment, really struggling to move, to play the shots that he wants, and he's exposing his partner no end.
Oh, round the back. Goodness me. Oh, and then he misses the easy one. This is extraordinary. 12 of 15 points going the Chinese way.
This is really where you need somebody of the maturity and knowledge of Setiawan to control this game.
Good serve. Oh, he's pushed it long. Mohammad Ahsan, crippled by nerves at the moment. Yeah, good call, line judge. And now the Chinese pair on the verge of victory. 3 match point opportunities. They've done it. Would you believe it? The Indonesians looked as if they were cruising. You have to feel for Mohammad Ahsan, because he got overwhelmed by nerves. But all credit to Liu Xiaolong and Chu Zihan, because they stuck with it. They did play extremely well in the second half of that deciding game. And they've come back and stolen it 21-17. And they are through to the final, unseeded. But for them as a pair, their second final in 2 weeks.